Hi, Sakura.
How are you doing today?
Nice, fine, thank you.
Enjoying beautiful San Francisco
Enjoying a
weather?
beautiful head job, networking, and of course meetings, connections, etc.
Awesome. So let's start. Who is Nikita? What Nikita does? What is his passions?
Who is Nikita? Nikita is employer of Innovation and Digital Development Agency of Azerbaijan. My official position is project manager. Only actually I am a community builder. In our agency, we aims to support startup communities, IT technology communities, game dev communities, and we want to create one big communities of all of them. And we have some projects where we supported game dev community. That's why we're here in San Francisco now. We supported four game studios from Azerbaijan for participation in Google Development Conference. It's so kind of support from agency to game dev community.
Nice. So you have been around week already?
Yeah, we 1 week in here because Google Development Conference held it on March 18 till March 22, and we have only 1 week to make all meetings, to make effective networking with potential partners, investors, publishers, etc.
Nice. What do you think? What you have learned in past 1 week that you would like to go back and just apply?
It's just new vision about how we must to support game dev community. Because I met some countries representatives in expo hall of the conference. There was representatives from Wales, Spain, France, Germany, Costa Rica,
Nice.
Swiss, Brazil, and for me it was experience exchange maybe because now we have information about what's a point very important in game dev community in each countries, and I think in future we can provide this kind of support to our game studios too, because now in Azerbaijan we have only 13 studios.
13.
And of course, we have expectations that in next year this will be more than 20. Now we have some partners who can help us in this mission. And I think so maybe next year in same interview I'll be providing information about our success.
Nice. So how big is the game market you think in Azerbaijan? Are there a lot of young generation playing the games, or are they spending money on these?
I don't say that our game dev ecosystem is so big because we started support the game dev community last year. It was some projects, workshops, and game jams with Game Pawns company in Azerbaijan. We support this community. We have some gaming community. These guys who play. Maybe Counter-Strike or Point Blank, maybe another games. This year, our team was a winner of one of the competition in this direction. Yes, it is maybe a small success for us, of course. And we and our partners, Game Summit company, organize same name, Game Summit. And last year we had two game summit, one in July, one in winter in December, and we see that we have a very big interest into this category of innovation, and we understand that we must support them because for game studios it's very important for their developing, for improving this sector. They need a government support. And we work in this direction, not only IDA, it is Ministry of Culture too. They opened a Caltech hub. It is a hub which supports creative talents who create a creative content. It is animation, maybe 3D design, it's games, of course, indie games, and so.
Nice. So if you would say in top three, what are the game studios like you see?
Uh, uh, Games, it's not right to make any top because
Okay.
we have 4 studios which came to San Francisco. This
Which?
Dynamic Box
Okay.
studio,
Nice.
this could be a studio, that's Game Studio, and as the mentioned studios.
Okay.
It is one of the so ambitious, hottest game studios in Azerbaijan now.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we have another 2 studios. Only they had a reject to from embassy to come to USA. This is Poly Dream Studio and Nomad Studio.
Nice.
This very clever, smart guys who create very interesting games, and I think that will be successful in future.
I see. What's a shared thing you see among these creators, founders of the game studios? What are the common things or common skills?
Uh, Actually, game sector it's a very difficult sector. Yes, before I worked more with startups, and now I understand that to build startups it is more easy than create any big game.
Okay.
Because if you are creating any game, you need great designers who create a new maybe how I say new heroes of your games. You need some guys who create good sounds of your games.
Okay.
You need good communication with publisher companies. You need an investment for maybe developing your studio, and it is so much points. And if you haven't one of these points, you can create a very good game, and this is difficult. Only I see that our studios were in right direction, and as I see about their activity in GDC, that they have a very good chances to find investment. And as I know, they had a very good connections now in GDC with some publisher companies.
Okay.
And I believe that maybe next year or you will be see any article in global, maybe tech media about successful game from Azerbaijan. Yeah, I believe it.
Awesome. Exciting to hear. So, Turkey also has a big game ecosystem, and they have quite successful. I think Unicorn also they have in.
Yeah, Turkey, it's one maybe of global drivers of game industry in the world. It is South Korea, Turkey, Brazil, of course. And we learn from their experience how Turkey made this, how Turkey government worked with game dev community.
Oh, they had also government support.
Of course, and I think we have our own story, so Azerbaijan story, how we're creating maybe a game dev hub in Azerbaijan. We have some plans, and I think that we can realize this in the future, maybe in 2 years. We can creating in Azerbaijan a new game dev hub, and maybe in 10 years, someone says that Azerbaijan is new driver of game dev community in the world. Why not?
Awesome. Yeah, why not? So, is there any collaboration going with Turkey on that front?
Some venture studios, venture capitalists see that some of our studios create so interesting games. We have some interest from Turkey side. Only as I said that we are creating our story, and we don't want to create the same as in Turkey. We want to create anything new. And we have a very good connection. It's not only with Turkey, with in another countries, with Georgia, with Kazakhstan, with some countries in Europe, in Asia. We have a very good connection in South Korea. That's why we can maybe create something, a mix of experience of Turkey, South Korea, from Georgia, from Europe, from USA.
And find our own way and niche. That's awesome. So now let's switch the gears a bit towards cybersecurity communities now.
Yeah, we have some first steps in creating a cybersec community in Azerbaijan. It is not will be only community. It will be a cluster where all maybe stakeholders of these communities will be in communication with each other, and we have a plans, and we made as I said, a first steps. Now we are creating community. We have in Azerbaijan, we call him is AKM. It is Azerbaijan Cyber Security Center, which was opened with Technion University. It's a university from Israel, which have very good programs for cybersecurity talents. And as I know that some talents now in working in creating a first cybersecurity startup from Azerbaijan. The name of the startup, its works name is Cypher. Yes, and we as IDDA we are planning to support this startup because and maybe to show the startup in future in our roadshow projects to give a chance of for team members to demonstrate this project in any global summit or conference. Yes, we work in this direction. We have some talents, as I say, we have a vision about this. We have some companies as Prasol who organize these companies, the team of these companies every year organize ICSD. It is International Cybersecurity Day, and all companies around the world come to Azerbaijan and they so discuss actual trends in cybersec, of course, and of course it is EA2, EA, cybersec, defense, tech, etc. That's why in Azerbaijan cybersec it is very important maybe direction of development of all innovation ecosystem.
Also, we have good talent for that, and we have a lot of communities and collaboration.
Yes, we have good courses with Technion. We have infrastructure, as I said, in some cybersecurity center. We have companies, very good companies with very great experience in this direction, and we have government support in this side. That's why I think this. I believe that is this direction or this vertical will be successful in Azerbaijan too.
Nice. So now, if we move to AI, and obviously it's one of the top things discussed across the board, and we see a lot of companies collaborating. Even Kazakhstan spent around $1 billion to buy GPUs from NVIDIA and all these things happening. Where we are on that front?
Oh, Azerbaijan now it starts only work with AI in the same level as around the world. Yes, we had first steps maybe in 3-4 years ago when our Ministry of Digitalization and Transport created EA lab. And they maybe researched trends in Azerbaijan about EA. In parallel, I see that our corporations, as maybe ABB Bank, Capital Bank in the financial sector, uses AI technology now. They created smart bots, so AI bots, which give to customers a new level of service, of quality of service. It's great. We have some EA communities. We have Alas Academy communities. They organize workshops and meetups about AI topics. We have student EA community in ADA University, Adar University. Yes, and I see that youth generation very productive in this direction. We have maybe enthusiasts who work in this direction and go to another countries with speeches about AI. And I think it's a very good point for us. And only we understand that we must do a very big job in this direction, because in other countries, as Georgia or maybe in Turkey, there is in maybe in 2 years in future than we. And only we have so understandings. I don't say that we have any strategy in this direction. Only we have maybe understanding that it's very important, because AI is the future of technologies. Yes, and we will be support all initiative inside of ecosystem about AI.
I see. And one of the things for AI is obviously data set and how you feel about it. Like, are the companies ready to open source? They publicly share the data, because obviously you can have compute and GPUs and everything, but then you need also, if you want to train the models in Azerbaijan language, a lot of data sets and for domain specific.
Of course, if you are creating any AI technology, you need a data set. And I see that all enthusiasts who are creating any new AI products, they're creating their own data set. And
Synthetic data.
yes, of course, any corporations, they had their own data set. Only, of course, I think that by maybe envision inside of ecosystem, some corporates now it's maybe have any, I don't know, it's they not a belief in open innovation. Only I think that we need some time for understanding of valuable of open innovation methodology inside of Azerbaijan. Because it's a process, and we can't open all data set for ecosystem in 1 second, because we know that the open innovation had their own risks. Only we need time, because we started drive of all innovations points in Azerbaijan last 3-4 years. It is very small duration for big changes in ecosystem. And of course, maybe in future, maybe in 1 in 2 years, we'll be see that big corporation as Pasha Holding or maybe Sokar will be open their data set to community, and will be use open innovation methodology, will be in communication with community. I believe this will be, only we need a time.
Gotcha. One of the things also helps a lot for startups here, especially at the early stage. You get credits from Azure, AWS, Google. For example, from Azure, you get for 3 years 500,000, and considering all these kind of perks, and I hear also a lot from Azerbaijan that they don't have that kind of opportunity. So in that case, is there a way to help, or let's say, how to increase the cloud adoption? Because obviously not all the startups can go on their own servers, or if Azerbaijan has that kind of data centers that they can use for that.
It's a difficult question for me, because it's maybe not my direction of my job, and I don't think that I have big experience, big knowledge about using in Azerbaijan of maybe cloud technologies or maybe any cloud perks. Yes, we have companies. We have good companies who support ecosystem from cloud side. We have Elcor company. We have S Cloud company is under of Azin Telecom. We have a cloud companies in Azerbaijan. We have representatives of Google Cloud, AWS, Azure in Azerbaijan. Only maybe we haven't enough information how it is begin using of these technologies by startups. As I know, some communities uses perks from AWS or Google Cloud. We have a Google developers community, and they provide perks as Google Cloud, as some credits. I know that GamePons use Amazon. Amazon supports for their members. I know about this, and only I haven't enough information about how it's maybe valuable for startups or no. I think everything okay because I haven't enough information about that. We had a bad experience or anything else. Only startups using all these perks. Yes, it's great. As Cloud, as I said, which works in other Telecom, opens for startups or incubators or accelerators to provide to startups their services. Yeah, and so.
I see. Nice. So from the corporates, like that's another thing here. You see a bunch of events happening, and we were talking about it, and a lot of them getting sponsored by corporates in terms of venue, food, and so forth, and that helps like a lot to community runners to frequently host events, hackathons, which is pretty much bringing people together to collaborate, and then eventually it turn to something else. So how are you seeing that from? What are the things we can do better?
Okay, I think when we, as IDDA, we started a support of community, we understand that we need to support them because without all the supports, community will be closed because they need some money for organizing a good, really high quality events for, and we started to support it, and we supported our 4 communities. It was a Google development community, it was Game Pawns, it was Women Tech, there was a Startup Grind Baku chapter. And now we see that more enthusiasts in the ecosystem creating their own community. There are Product Tank community, there's Figma Friends community, there's of course Go App community. Now we are creating a cybersec community. Now we have last stages of supporting of EA community, and we have 5 new communities all in 1 year. It is a very good result, and of course we support them with our partners, corporate partners, of course, and I think that its support will be more much because we want to, in our communication with corporation partners, we want to demonstrate them that you need this community for collaborations because this community can provide you very big, very good advices about your products, about your maybe your activities, about your vision, etc. Good examples, we have a very good product from Azerbaijan as Leo Bank. Maybe you listen about this. And this is very open. And I know about this case that they opened their codes, open source for community. Yes. And some guys found there any gap, any bug. And do you know, as I know, Leo Bank fixed this bug, and I think it's a very good case. It's first case where when mobile bank open source their all data, and community found anything, and show to Leo Bank that you have a bug. They say, "Oh, thank you very much, you found this bug."
It's kind of bug bounty program where.
Maybe I am not a technical man, and I know about this case because it was an event of Product Tank communities, and some guys saying that we have a case. I said it's very good. It maybe is first example of this communication between corporation. It's Leo Bank is actually Unibank and community. And I believe maybe in future it will be more productive with another corporations, with another communities.
It's like corporations and communities, they just more integrated to each other in terms of hiring, or helping to mature their product, giving the feedback, or helping to write more blogs and stuff about it.
Of course. Actually, I am maybe open innovation evangelist. And I believe that in open innovation, inside of this methodology, we have so 4 important points, and first important point is community. It's labor market, as there is R&D centers, and of course community. And community can create opportunities for labor market, and it will be very so effective, maybe very valuable for corporates. All the corporates must understand of this value, and I said we need a time for this.
Yeah, for sure. I see a lot because I will say one of the things makes the Bay Area, San Francisco, great. I could see the number of events, the quality of events, and the people who shows up from various. They can be multi-billionaire, they can be just engineer, they can be who is looking for a job. But then they come, and everybody is pretty much learning from others. And you can see when you go Friday evening to event, and you see people standing and listening to somebody on the stage, and just maybe they will hear something new.
Of course,
and
of course.
That's also 2 ways, because when you invite speaker, and if they come and if they see empty seats, probably they're also not engaged to continue sharing the knowledge, because they may have that perception that community is not caring about him or his knowledge. So, and then the same for the corporation, and they may assume that communities don't need them because maybe community didn't ask them as well.
Of course.
And vice versa, community may expect them be reached out for sponsoring events. So.
Of course. Each community event, it is not only event. It's at the first, as you said, is knowledge exchange. The second, it is very good opportunity for young talents to maybe build a first hard communication with expert from corporate sector. Because if you write any cold letter by LinkedIn to any expert, how big your chance that he will be answer you? Maybe 20-30%. Only if you are in event, you see as this expert, you have maybe 5-10 minutes to speak with them, to maybe provide or demonstrate your ideas, and maybe it will be a good collaboration between us. Maybe this expert will be provide you some advices about your project, about your ideas. And for me, this networking part of each event, it is maybe one of the most important time, and I think that community members must use this. Of course, the third is experience exchanges. When a speaker said about the experience, it's very good. And of course, is maybe fourth point is that if I am young talent in IT sector, I see that I'm not alone. I see that another young guys interested in the same direction, and maybe it will be a future co-founder of any startups. Why not?
I see. So let's briefly also touch for hackathons, which is one of the hot topics here right now, and I kind of enjoy the weekend spending for that. So is there a hackathon happening now? If not, why not? And how we can help?
Hackathons happening in Azerbaijan. We have a game dev hackathons. Its actual name is game jams. We have maybe IT hackathons. Okay. We have a very big hackathon which organized Pasha Holding. Okay. So, and we have hackathons, and I see how guys, some young talents from IT sector are interesting to participate in this kind of hackathons. Only I think that we can organize the hackathon more quality, because at the first, maybe I think so that most important point of each hackathon is problem. Okay. And I think that a corporate or maybe government or maybe, I don't know, community must find also bullet point ecosystem, and to provide a right formulation of this problem. It's very important, because if you say that I have a insurance tech hackathon, and I want to find a new maybe solution in insurance tech, you must provide what is your problem. If you are an insurance company, you must provide, okay, we have a sole gap in our maybe communication with customers. Customers want to see maybe a new kind of insurance, and you must create a hackathon. And so it will be as a contest where community members can provide their ideas, how can you decide your problems, to find your solutions, etc. And the second very important point of each hackathon is implementation. Each team who participate in hackathon must know that this idea will be a winner of hackathon. They must be implemented maybe in pilot level, or will be implemented in some business processes side of organizers of hackathon. It's very important because it's motivate. When you win any hackathon and you know that your solution, your idea not implemented, you haven't any motivation to create a new idea in next hackathons. And that's why I think that it's 2 points which I think in the future will be more quality in the hackathons in Azerbaijan.
I see. Now, let's touch about a bit more communities. One of the things is value exchange or knowledge sharing, which means you need people to create a content. It can be videos, it can be blogs, it can be post on LinkedIn, Facebook, or Twitter, or write the books, speaking conferences, and so forth. So, as it or in general, do we have roughly idea that where we are standing on that front, and how we can engage for more kind of improvements?
Thank you for the question, because we have some support, not only community, to tech media too. We have two big, so maybe news portal about technology innovation startups in Azerbaijan. This is Tedroid and Tekas. These two teams created good content about Azerbaijan ecosystem. And we see that we supported these medias. They increase the number of team members. They improved the quality of content. It's awesome. New equipment, maybe new office, new studios for creating new content about ecosystem. And we see that this content is more interesting than was 1 year ago.
That's awesome.
We have a new channel about, or maybe some actual topics inside of ecosystem. It's You Startup. Was created by Vusal Yusufli. He's a video blogger, influencer from Azerbaijan, who created content about science. This is another channel. And about business, entrepreneurship, or startups. That's awesome. Another channel. Yeah, and we see that maybe people see these videos, this content, these movies, and think that they can create anything too. As they see that government have any supports to them, and they believe that their ideas can be realized. Of course, we have a podcast. We have a Digicast podcast. We have some podcasts from DJ Tural and Ali Hayam about businesses, about maybe another topics. They had some podcasts about innovations too. I think that we have successful maybe stories in that direction. Only we understand that these teams, these companies, these medias can provide a more interesting content, not for only for Azerbaijan audience, to global audience too. We have some maybe future partnership in this direction. I can't say anything more.
Okay.
Only I think that information about Azerbaijan ecosystem in future, maybe in this year or maybe next year, will be provided in global medias as TechCrunch, Crunchbase, TechU, and in other big medias. And you will be see articles about successful Azerbaijan startups.
That's awesome. I would like just to thank you also for the community support. I really could see, like, even from here, like, to support for the communities, because one of the things was also last year for the Go when we were doing the first Tech Brains, like it was fourth year Tech Brains, which we started in the community, and I could see that more people are volunteering, willing to do community building and stuff. So because maybe there wasn't enough value before, but now more and more people. And do you see where kind of need also like kind of academies or courses to train them? Let's say we need good video production people, or the one who can lead the event, who can help is finding venues, making that experience, writing and finding sponsors. It's like wide range of skill set to build and maintain the community. So is there, do you think, any kind of educational thing and sharing across community, that kind of experiences would be something?
Of course, I don't know about any maybe courses for community builders in Azerbaijan. Only I see that I believe in power of community. Then if you have 10, 12, maybe 20 people who want to create anything new, to organize any events, they will find in their networking right persons who will be provide any kind of support. It's maybe some guy from any university who can speak with rector of university for providing a venue. It just can be maybe any networking with some tech media, and they will be write a free article about this event. It just can be maybe some corporate company, maybe some developer who works in any bank in Azerbaijan, and he can speak with a marketing department for providing maybe some support as a catering or maybe swag, etc. I believe in power of community, and I believe that networking from community members can provide a very big value for organizing some events. Of course, it's maybe a story about 1 to 3 events, and after you need sustainable support. I know, and I think that community must show that they can create big value for community members, and only after they can start to communication with corporates about sustainable support. Look, we have events, we provide this information, we organize hackathon, we have results, and you can be part of these results, of this success. And of course, I think after these facts about these words, the corporates will believe and will be wanted to support any community. Actually, I wanted to say thanks first for creating a Go App community in Azerbaijan, because it's maybe a first community which provides a bridge between Azerbaijan and Silicon Valley. It's very important because you use your experience in Silicon Valley, and you show our guys from Azerbaijan how to organize some kind of events. And I see that a different level of organizing all these events. And I'm very happy that we have a so kind community in Azerbaijan. It's your job, it's your success. Yes, it's so kind. And I think that all community builders must to try to monetize their events. It's not only sponsorships or maybe sales of tickets. It is, I think that all community leaders must provide maybe a same package of perks to community members and monetize or from members, maybe it's maybe membership, it's purchase membership. I think that it's next level for our communities, maybe not for this year, only I think that we must maybe must explain community builders that you must to have as these points in your strategy of development to create also packages and to monetize and to go to sustainability by your members. And your members must understand that, okay, membership maybe will be $10. Only in $10, the community provide me maybe, I don't know, cloud perks or maybe mentorship perks. So maybe any, I don't know, maybe any perks by events, free events, free access to events, maybe any trips to another countries. Why no? I think that another level, and I see that all community builders must think about this.
Charging per member, and then finding the ways to increase the value proposition so that they are willing to pay. Basically.
Of course. This so maybe as I saw this in model of startup grind in USA and in London, this model works in these countries, and I think that we can also localize this story and provide maybe new perks, so actual perks for Azerbaijan to Azerbaijani members, and it will be very good.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that, Vijay, because if they see the value, obviously they're gonna pay. So we can't just. So that's one of the things in the past. Like when I was interacting with the team in Azerbaijan, I was telling, let's say if the people coming and living in the middle, it's not their fault. I think we have to think and find a way to keep, let's say, that the value. So from that perspective, I definitely agree. If you have events, charging for events is a good starter. At least you cover some base costs, and if less people will show, then you have to think about why less people show. Then you increase your reachability, and just look at your speakers and find and bring the different speakers so that people can start paying. So, and it's also a bit changing the customer or the people behavior, which will obviously will take time, but you can start slowly and eventually have a price where at least beside the time you put, it can cover the cost of the event, venue, food, and so forth. Awesome. I think on the same note, Nikita, I would like to, maybe if you have anything to say, there are a lot of engineering community also in Europe, in Canada, US as well, and how we can help more.
I think that we must help you, not and of course we need your support, maybe from maybe any communication side, because you have your own community. Maybe we haven't also right communication with you. Only we want to understand what maybe for Azerbaijan diaspora needs. In 2 days ago, we had a meetup about these points, and we want to know what needs to Azerbaijan community in San Francisco, in Silicon Valley, for maybe creating new products or maybe creating a new value for Azerbaijan. I don't know. We want to understand this for provide any kind of support. And all after we can understand what or maybe kind of support diaspora can provide to maybe to IDDA. We don't know about this now because it is must be a dialogue or so discussing, brainstorming of all kind of maybe communications side. Only I believe that our Azerbaijan diaspora can create anything big, and we have very good talents, very good So diaspora members not only in USA, we have in Europe countries, we have in Israel maybe, yeah, and we have in Asia too. And I think together we can create something big, and we can create maybe very big value for all Azerbaijan.
Awesome. I wanna thank you, Nikita, for your time. Appreciate, and I know it was a busy week for you, and thanks for taking your time.